Today felt like a good day for a little hunt here on Yukon Valley, and there's a lot of stuff I'd like to get for the trophy lodge from this map still, and moose is actually one of them, but I just don't find it very likely just with the way that moose seem to be scoring right now. I do definitely want to get that guy, just kind of for respawns, and we'll actually be heading that way in a bit, so we'll probably leave him for the moment, but I've been wanting to come back to Yukon really since the True Mule Deer update, because one of the things that came along with that update is that male Harlequin ducks can now be albino. Ever since the release of this map, only females could be albino, and I'm excited to maybe see if there's any out here on my map, because I assume it's similar to grizzly bears, where they've always, like, been able to be albino but they wouldn't spawn. So we may just have an albino Harlequin duck sitting on our map somewhere, and I figure if we're kind of hunting near the water, maybe we can find one. Man, I've never seen this area so empty. Like, even during their rest time, grizzly bears are all through, like, up on this hillside. But for when they're drinking, they're down here, usually 5 or 10 of them. But my guess is that I think Yukon was on the list of the maps that they kind of changed some of the spawn points around or whatever. And I would say they're maybe a bit more properly spread out now, so it'll be interesting. I want to go down into these areas because I think there's more ducks down there. And I wonder if we're going to end up seeing like a higher number of bears than we used to. Looks like that guy must have been somewhere around when we shot the mythical, and I don't think we saw him. I'm pretty sure we saw a 4, but he's in an easy spot to get to. I'm not sure if that was actually neck or if we ended up back like through the heart, but that worked out pretty good. Actually, we centered the neck pretty well, and good to know that if we miss it, we're not reaching any vitals, because that's nowhere near the lungs or anything, but I think we should be okay to fast travel back here, and since we're that close to where Mythical was, that shouldn't cause any kind of weird glitches where he disappears. And he's not a bad size Mythical, almost 580 kilos. About 2 below Diamond. That's actually good to see a good size one, because grizzly bears you see so many like level 6 and under, but I think to speed this up, we're just going to head down to this corner that I mentioned where there's more ducks, because I definitely want to see if we can manage to get one of the male albinos. And I guess the other side of this hunt is all the male Harlequin ducks that we can get a shot at, we're probably going to take to try to get respawns for other albinos, and technically that guy has a chance of being a level 2 diamond, because those are actually reasonably common with the Harlequins. I didn't realize I had spotted another male. I wonder if we can even get that. He's getting a little bit far. There we go. Ooh, we were so close on that as well. You need 0.72 kilos. That's probably very close to 7.1 in the trophy rating, but I would say he's low if he's 0.71 kg and just 7, so maybe not super close on that, but he was actually a big high estimate too. And our other one's almost here. This is what I was talking about, by the way, with the grizzly bear. Like, so many are just low-level males. But nothing special with that one. At least it can be a respawn. And I'm not going to try to get that 5 just because we have to go all the way out around. So I want to just stick on this side and hopefully get ones that are easier to get to, or I guess if they're higher level, we'd actually bother with them. That guy actually would be another potentially Diamond 2. Kind of surprised we got that in the first shot. So I wanted to go back through here because I think back this way is one of the areas we shot an albino female grizzly. There's one back in there, but nothing for males. There's actually another high estimate 2 over on that end. 270 meters, so if we can actually use a gun, that would be like there roughly. Nice. So that first one's not bad. I mean, he's 0.7 kilos and a little low on the trophy rating again. Maybe this guy will be high trophy rating and reach diamond. I didn't realize that it was shallow enough over here for ducks to stop, so I was sitting there waiting for way too long, and grizzly bears are actually done drinking now, so I think the plan is going to be, we're going to claim this, and man, they've all been really big today, just not quite big enough to make diamond. But I think we're going to change the time back to the beginning of grizzly bear drink time, and just kind of work our way up through this side, because I think there's usually more ducks on the east side of this kind of lake system, so I think we'll just kind of fast travel and give that a shot. I mean, I guess that's better than all the 4s and 5s we've been seeing, but this whole east side is a lot less active than I remember it, and it could be kind of related to the thing that we talked about at the beginning where maybe zones kind of got shifted around a little bit on this map. But I just thought there were a lot more ducks and even more bear and caribou than I've seen. But at least we don't have to track him. And I think we may even kind of just fast travel and skip the rest of this part. Because I know up here there's a bunch of ducks, and like all these lakes through here have a bunch and they didn't used to, so maybe we should just check that. Go figure though, we're 0.1 below a gold on that grizzly bear. But yeah, I think just to maximize our chances of not spooking anything that may be in this area, we'll actually come down from the outpost. Man, I don't know how we alerted him, but another mythical? I think we'll go ahead and try to get him, maybe. It's got to be down through a lung or something. He's actually going down pretty quickly for a grizzly bear, so I'd say maybe even lung and something else. But not much else interesting up here for them. Ooh, except that actually. Not the albino we're looking for, but level 3 harlequin duck, about 270 meters, so that won't be super easy, but we've already made a shot pretty much like that. We'll kind of go for that right about like that. So he's going to end up floating in to there. I think I want to put a waypoint there just so we don't forget where to go. And we may actually just go ahead and hop down and I guess just get that caribou on the way. So we'll try to drop him. Didn't quite just get lucky enough to fall into a hard shot, but what I want to do is actually check. It's somewhere over in there, I think just out of our render. I think there's another feed zone for harlequins. And actually this guy's already made it all the way to the shore. And even again with the low trophy rating, because he's 0.73 kilos, but right on that 7.2, and he's probably closer to 7.3, but it does round, pretty much round down. So that's nice. We'll throw that in the lodge somewhere. And I want to go and check that zone like I said, but we still have 2 pretty solid golds to pick up over here. And it has been nice to see like good-sized grizzly bears, because we were on that diamond grizzly grind for a while, then we kind of just got one in multiplayer and hadn't been back to see what's going on in single player. But like I said, just so often they're really below even level 5. And that guy's right about the same size as the other one, right around that 575 kilo mark. Just kind of over the heart. I'm kind of surprised that wasn't lung liver or something, because I thought he went down really quickly. But our caribou should be right here somewhere as well. Actually kind of ran past it. And I don't see any ducks out in that area where I expected to see them. I thought there was a zone over there, but maybe I just don't have one on my particular map. But yeah, another solid gold out of him. And I've been meaning to put this in a video anyway, I just have a screenshot of it. If you remember the Twitch stream I did with my girlfriend doing that wolf hunt, we went to clear pressure on her map from all the wolf areas before we actually did the stream. And I was just up in this area and I happened to shoot a melanistic gold harlequin duck. So I thought that was going to be my only rare gold harlequin duck in the lodge, but now that albinos are a thing, I'm hoping we can maybe get the counterpart to him. And I guess we actually should be shooting the male harlequins if we actually want that to happen, so we'll see if we can get these 2 guys. That one, and he's actually giving us a weird angle. But then there's a couple of bison and caribou over on that end, and actually more ducks. Tiny male and slightly better male. We'll probably leave them just because they're going to be further away and we'll have to run all the way around. Don't know that I saw those either. I think our best option's probably that level 3 bison back in there. And I would actually like another diamond bison or 2 for the lodge, because we have a lot of those big plaques, and I'm kind of waiting for moose to either get fixed or whatever needs to be done to them, because it just seems like they don't make diamond often enough. And even still, there's probably more plaques that I want to fill with just diamond moose, so some bison response would be good. And these guys won't be anything too special, though he would have been close to the high estimate at 6.7. We kind of ran by the other one, but actually he's pretty similar at 6.6. And I didn't even pay attention for this 3, but I think he would have been the low estimate 3 to be that far below gold, so shouldn't have been much to expect there. And I think the last spot I want to go to is this big lake here, because it's got maybe the most ducks on the entire map. And I think we probably fast travel kind of close to wolves, but I want to check here because I don't know that I've actually come to Yukon at all since this last update. And I feel like if there's just an albino waiting on our map, this might be the most likely place. Lots of ducks around the lake, but just no albinos, so I think we'll try to drop him. Maybe. We can get a little further ahead of him. At least we'll get that for respawns, and there are like several flocks landed across the lake, kind of out of our render over there, and one right there. But yeah, none that had anything interesting, so unfortunately no luck with having one just kind of sitting on our map, at least any of the places that we went to. But at least we got a good number of them for maybe respawns for next time. And that might actually be the smallest one we shot for the entire video, so I mean, if that's the case, and our smallest one was a gold, that is not bad. But yeah, we'll head back to the lodge and throw our diamond in there, and we'll also take a look at the melanistic that we've kind of had sitting for a while. So we have them kind of just side by side up here for now. The new diamond was 7.26, I think, in the trophy manager, so kind of rounds up to that 0.73 kilos. And the melanistic, which has been sitting here for 3 weeks and I've been wanting to get it in a video, 6.4, actually the same size as the last duck we shot there, so not bad. And I definitely want to get an albino eventually, like I said, and probably put it here, just like the contrast between the melanistic and albino duck I think would be really cool. And we'll find a new spot for that diamond somewhere, but I mean, nice to add to some of those small plaques. It's something we've been trying to do, and I definitely want to get more, you know, like wild boar and kudu kind of stuff for them, but it's nice to fill them up, even if maybe eventually we kind of replace them. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.